Hello everyone and welcome to Hidden Hauntings, the new All Out Paranormal YouTube series where we take you on the back road to the paranormal, so to speak. Where we take you to the hauntings that, not a lot of people hear about. I'm your host for this episode, Chris Nielsen. And doing a lot of thinking with Hidden Hauntings. I got to thinking, where do I want the premiere episode to be? And it was really simple, actually. We wanted to be one of the out-of-the-way places that All Out Paranormal first went to. One of All Out Paranormal's favorites, one of All Out Paranormal's hot spots. So the decision was actually pretty easy. Welcome to the Pleasant Ridge Cemetery. Now, every good haunting has great stories to it. Things that, people tell each other that, help build a reputation. And the Pleasant Ridge Cemetery is no different. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to contact anybody that's investigated or, been to the cemetery. Fortunately, we have. So, I'll share a few of the stories with you. There's a few different occurrences that happen in the cemetery, and we believe we've experienced all the ones that I've been able to find through research, plus a couple more. The first of which being the ghost lights. And a few of these are things that we've even seen with our own eyes. Some weird twinkle of light that isn't able to be explained. The cemetery is surrounded by a forest. So the ghost lights is definitely a big part of this. And what we believe is it is a physical manifestation of orb activity. Another notorious claim at this cemetery is phantom dogs, which just sounds like a really odd thing, Usually when people think of ghost spirits, they think of humans. But phantom dogs are actually something a lot of people claim to see and hear around here. Even sometimes chasing them out of the cemetery. And it's something I encountered not directly here, but I believe something that followed me home. So what happened was, after a series of investigations here, I don't know how to describe it. It's like I started developing these attachments to these places. I started seeing things, hearing stuff. It was just a really almost kind of rough time in my life. But one of the things that followed me were these phantom dogs. And I saw them 3 times. And at the time, it was the most bizarre thing. First time I was at home, I'm sitting on the couch. This is at Dad's house. And I looked out the window, and the blinds were half open, so I could, see stuff going on outside. And I look out to my car, and it looked like this big black dog just ran by my car. And it was big enough, obvious enough, that I actually went outside to see what, kind of big dog this was. I didn't drive a huge car, but it was almost to the top of it. And, there was no dogs out there. And at first I thought I was just seeing things until a couple weeks later. And a couple weeks later, I'm up in my room, and there's this big mirror up on the wall behind me, and I'm getting changed, getting ready for work. And I look into this mirror, and I see it again. This hunched over dog just runs across the room. And even now I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. And that was when I realized that the dog I had seen before wasn't part of my imagination. And just that night, after I came home from work, it's late at night, I'm driving through town, and I went to hit my turn signal, and I accidentally flashed my brights. And when the brights flashed for a second, it extra lit up a sign that was just to the right of my car, and I saw the silhouette of a dog in the, it was like a shadow. So that's my story about the phantom dog. And the last story I wanted to share is kind of an interesting one. It's one that I haven't actually, through my research, been able to dig up anybody who's had an experience quite like this. Birds. Whistling. I'm in here one evening. I wanted to film a little intro piece for a video I was working on, and I'm walking around. I brought equipment with me too, so I'm running EVP and I'm doing all that stuff. So I was here for a little while, nothing out of the ordinary. I get packed up, I'm getting ready to leave, and after every investigation, I thank the spirits, if they gave me something, if they communicated with me. So I'm going through thanking, and I hear there's a whistle, and it was extremely profound. It was close to me, and it followed me out actually. Just as I was walking down, because it's a little bit of a walk up to here. Actually, I'll show you. All the way down there is where my car is parked. And the entire walk down, I just keep hearing this whistling, this. And it's not a tune I recognize, but it was just kind of a very, very cool experience for me. And after that, no more whistling, no following me home like the dogs did, but yeah, it's really cool. Somebody whistling a tune. And of course, no cemetery, no good ghost story comes without its local myths and legends. And these stairs behind me are the source of that here. There's a reason these people call it 13-step cemetery. And that is because they say during the day you'll ascend these stairs to the cemetery and there'll be 12 steps. Go at night, however, and there's 13.